Institute of Paralinguistics, Marvin speaking.
Ah, Assistant Marvin, 'tis I.
Ah, Professor, long time no see. How's the research?
Astonishing, abso-credulous. As you know, I've been traveling through Bohemia, studying the linguistical properties of honeybee dance maneuvers. I had just annotated a proof showing their status as a missing link between Latin and Plains hand talk when something most extraordinary happened. There was this hole in the air, a gated way of some kind.
You mean like a portal?
Oh, don't be stupid. Anyway, this air hole, as I have dubbed it, sucked multiple hives of bees into what I believe to be an alternative dimension, along with several pieces of my field lab. Another air hole opened the next day, depositing the bees as well as my equipment. But according to the usage hours on the equipment, it had not been 24 hours, but 3 gonzillion years.
Good God! And the bees were still alive?
Yes, but they are not as they were, not at all. They have become changed, displaying strange time powers and communicating in the most complex of ways.
Communicating? You mean like a real language?
Yes, it is truly extraordinary. They have completely taken over the countryside. I am calling you from my bunker now, from whence I have studied these time bees for 3 days now. Look, I'll share my screen with you, for I have prepared a PowerPoint to display my wondrous discoveries.
You can do that on the phone?
Of course I can. Here we go. Behold! Now, as you know, regular honeybee communication happens through a system of dances with 2 main parts. One part is a discordant round dance, which simply communicates to the other bees that something interesting has been found. But then comes the more organized waggle dance, the frequency and direction of which indicates the directionality and distantionality of the interesting thing.
Yes, and I can really see the Latin connection, too.
Forget Latin, for these are no ordinary bees. They are time bees, with time powers. That language, which I have dubbed Colloquial Time Bee, or CTB for short, is much more complex and sophisticated. In fact, it is not spoken by individual bees at all, but by the entire hive all at once.
Fascinating. And do these time powers affect their language at all?
Affect it? It is the very basis for their system of grammar. See, the bees conceptualize time as a line running from past to future. Their complex time powers have given them the ability to place words at specific locations on this line while speaking. Thus, they place the subject of the sentence furthest to the left, the object to the right, and the verb sandwiched between them. Can you believe it?
Wait, that kind of just sounds like...
The consonants of Colloquial Time Bee are bzzz. Now, with such a small inventory, you may well wonder how they manage to say much of anything at all, but it's really quite simple. See, the language seems to have descended mostly from the organized waggle dance, which, as you may remember, encodes information in its frequency. What the time bees do is simply to modulate this frequency in order to build words. Thus, the true phonemes of CTB are tonal, represented by small and large changes in pitch, a repetition of the previous pitch, and sliding versions of the aforementioned. It seems also that a precise doubling or halving of the previous frequency indicates a change of words, though I believe that this also happens regularly in time with the rhythmical pulsing of the underlying commotion of the hive. Indeed, the harmonic qualities of this pulsing also seems to carry some meaning, since a change in this harmony usually coincides with a boundary between different parts of speech.
Oh, like a chord change?
What? Anyway, as you may remember, the wiggle dance also encodes information with its directionality, effectively pointing at whatever's being spoken of. And yes, I know that it's actually more complicated than that, and it's kind of to do with relativity to the sun, but I don't care. Anyway, this is retained in CTB. Indeed, the language has only one pronoun, which simply refers to whatever is being pointed to. It also seems like the subject of a sentence can often be implied by merely pointing at it, while the verb is being performed. Pointing at something while saying a noun or adjective may thus also mean there is a blank. Another interesting aspect of highest noteworthiness is that both the waggle dance and circle dance seem to have survived within the language as interjections of sorts. The waggle dance, rendered as a single pitch with pointing, effectively seems to mean, "Hey, look over there!" while the circular dance survives as a sort of discordant buzzing that mostly just sounds like static and seems to simply mean, "Wow!" Fascinating. Do you have any recordings of this language being spoken? What? Are you crazy? I don't want to be time-stung. However, I have prepared a simple demonstration using a primitive photosynthesis device. Now, since I am not a collective of 2 million or so bees, no matter what my mother says, I cannot fully perform the pointing motion. So, for the sake of this demonstration, simply pretend that the hive is constantly pointing at this here humorous photograph that my great-great-granddaughter sent me. Okay. Okay. I might need some aid in staying on time. I don't have time powers at the end of the century, so let's see. Ah, here we go. The demo shall commence forthwith. Prepare now to rock and roll. Are you feeling it now, Marvin? Let's hit it again. Oh, wow, Professor. That was really something. Of course it was. Now, I hope that you can understand how this proves why the Altaic theory... Oh, piss! What is it, Professor? It's the time bees! They've breached the bunker! Oh, shit! Oh, piss! Oh, being so shit! Oh, I'm being time stung! Well, that just happened.